Welcome to Dude, That's Fucked Up. I'm Erin.
I'm Nicole. Wow, we're in person again for eternity.
Forever. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all great. Our last episode was very loose, very, just catching up.
Yeah.
Because I had literally just moved here, like, the day before. Yeah. So that was cool, and now we're back at it in a traditional episode-y way, I guess.
Yeah, like we did research. There's a topic.
Yeah. We did our research. We have notes. So yeah, it's gonna be great. What's any business for us today?
This is related to like today's
biz
topic / biz. Did you know you could email us or submit ideas or just say, hey, what's up through the website?
Through the website.
We can contact us.
We have a whole comment section there that you can go to. And you can submit, you can even use a fake email if you want to. I mean, you can just make it up, whatever.
But then we can't respond to you.
But then we can't respond to you.
Yeah.
But if you want to have an alias or something, if you have a really fucked up story and you want us to share it, let us know. Anytime you submit any kind of story to us, definitely let us know if you are okay with us using it in a future episode, because we do love doing listener episodes. We've had some of the funniest times, best times ever reading some of these emails on an episode. Yeah.
Bargain bin Abe Lincoln. I mean,
come on.
Honestly, we need those t-shirts.
Nickel bang.
I mean, we've had some real winners.
The fucking snake story from
Outback Snakehouse.
Outback Snakehouse.
From my coworker / friend /
oh my god.
I think she listened for a little while. I'm not sure if she still listens. Listens.
She might not.
Do you believe in love? I was gonna say, so you can contact us.
Sorry.
This is how we got our topic today. Someone literally was just like, have you heard of this person?
Yeah.
Here's a Wikipedia article. It is crazy. And we were like, what the shit? This is wild. So thank you, Cameron, who sent us this.
It's truly a fucked up topic, but we'll get to that in just a second. Yes. Send us any topic, any story, anything you want, really.
Yeah.
And then we also have a new P.O. box.
This, I might have to cut this out if it's wrong. Is it 18923 Long Beach, California? Is it P.O. Box 18923 Long Beach, California 90807? Let me see.
Where?
P.O. Box 18923 Long Beach, California 90807.
Bitch! Ooh, you're good.
Oh my god.
I can't even fucking find it in my thing. Ow.
That's how I I have to have a good memory for learning lines and stuff.
That's great. It's great. Do you know that you can retain 7 numbers, but once it goes over that, you can retain 7, it's upwards of 7 numbers really easily, but then over that it's fuck. My brain just is I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm tapping out at 7.
Yeah, this is fine.
7's heaven.
Yeah, I think that's it.
The worst.
8's not great.
8's not great. 9 isn't fine. 10, try again. 11, go to hell, you fucking bitch.
What is this? What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so that's our P.O. box. Check that out. I mean, we're official.
Yeah.
We have a website, we have a P.O. box. Any other business?
No.
My stuff still isn't here, so no t-shirts can be delivered anytime soon. But stickers, yes.
Stickers, yes. I can send those out. Nothing. We don't have anything else.
No, that's it.
I have a magnet. It's on my fridge. If someone really wants it, I could send it to you.
Cool. But yeah, I should be getting all of our stuff is going across country. Should be here probably next week.
Yeah.
So
great.
Or
so you can
this week if we're getting technical about it.
You can order stuff still. Yeah. Just know. And we'll respond. If anyone orders something that we don't have, we'll be like, hey, it's going to be delayed.
True.
Because we're professionals.
That's right. Customer service is our background, so.
I mean.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I had to get a grade, it would be probably an A-.
I'm a B+. Because I'm ugh. Before I do anything customer service.
Yeah, it's just already exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's carried over from my work as a teenager in early 20s.
Just work in general.
Just work in general. So anything fucked up for you this week?
Yeah, that segues into my, well, I have like 2 fucked up things, because I have to go back to work.
Boo.
For a little while. I just like need money and stuff, and that's how we survive, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I just like want to get a job maybe closer to home, or like something that's like takes less brain power, but they don't pay me as much to do that. So I'm going to do some advertising stuff for like a month and a half. It's like contract work. So at least I know there's an end.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, today I was like enjoying my day, knowing that I probably have to go back to work because I wasn't like fully decided yet. And to be honest, it's still not. I might bail on it, TBT. But I was at this place called The Hangar in Long Beach, which is like food stalls and stuff. And
so cool.
Yeah, and I like go there and write a lot. And I was with my mom, and she was like doing some homework and stuff. And so I like went and got a coffee, and this lady saw that I was drinking a Spindrift. And she was like, oh my God, are those good? And I was like, yeah, I like them. They're very good. And she's like, is it like better than La Croix? And I was like, ooh, first red flag.
Ooh.
I look down. She's pushing a stroller. There's a baby in it. I'm like, what's this bitch up to? Like, why is she asking me this? And I'm like, is she like promoting La Croix? As she called it. Is she like in the beverage industry? What's happening? Why is she talking to me about this? And then she was like,
she's a La Croix evangelist.
Yeah, she's she has like La Croix or die bumper stickers, and it's like it's like spelled phonetically so you don't mispronounce it.
Bitch, it's LaCroix. Come on.
It's LaCroix. Everybody calm down. It's like St. Croix.
Yeah.
We don't say St. Croix. All right?
No.
You know what? Right. I never thought about that before, but that's what I'm going to start telling people.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
Fair.
Because we all know. I've had a story about a lady who was rude to me. Okay. Anyway. So then she's like looking in the little fridge at the like coffee shop part of it, and like didn't see it in there, and I'm like, oh, I brought it from home, blah, blah. And she's like, okay. And she's like, oh, it's like so nice to be here during the middle of the day. Do you work from home? And I was like, uh-huh. Yeah. You know where this is going.
I do.
Because you already know, but also. I think you can figure it out at this point. And I was like, oh. And I just like had like alarm bells ringing in my head, and I was like, ooh. And she was being real chummy and like trying to find ways to like keep talking to me, even though my hands are full at this point. I'm like getting ready to walk off. And she's like, yeah, I mean, like I'm trying to work from home too. Like me and my husband are like really trying to like figure out this work from home thing. You know, we actually just had a friend whose daughter is 30 and like retired completely. And I was like, uh-huh. And I started just like fully glazing over and was like, I know where this is heading. Yeah. It's like MLM shit. And she's here to recruit people. Yeah. And I was like, oh no. And they like called out her name, and she like picked up her matcha latte. And I was like, this is like I need to just leave. But I was like, oh, I don't want to be rude. You know, I just was like still trying to be polite. And she was like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I work in like advertising, and I'm a comedian and blah, blah. She's like, oh, that's so cool. Like, where do you do comedy? Just like pretending to show interest. I'm like, you're not into this. And then she was like, well, yeah, I mean, like, isn't that crazy? Like, do you know that there's jobs where you can work from home making like 6 figures a year? And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Anyway, I gotta go. And she was like, okay, yeah, well, like, hopefully I'll see you around. Or like, if I'm ever up in like LA and I'm at a comedy theater, I'll totally look for you. And I was like, okay. Bye.
Weird. Oh my God.
So I
what MLM do you think she was?
I don't know, but I guess
Amway?
Maybe. I don't know. She wasn't wearing like LuLaRoe clothes. She was like she was just wearing like black leggings and like a t-shirt. Yeah. And I don't know. I just like, I think she could tell she gave it was like a real hard sales pitch. Like the 6 figures, work from home, retired at 30. Like it was all the sound bites. And it was like at one point she like looked into my eyes and gave me like a whole
She gave you the script, yeah.
Yeah, the script. And I think she could tell I just like totally checked out. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't want to be rude, but
how do we like save these people? Like
I don't think you can, because there's always going to be people that are like into that shit.
I know, but it's like there has to be some way to like break the spell and be like, hey, like, and be kind about it, because that's the thing.
Right.
Is these people, you know, they cling harder to it. They double down because people can be really fucking rude about it.
Yeah.
Like, we are kind of, like, talking shit about it, but, like, we wouldn't do that to somebody's face.
I know.
Because we're not, you know, I think the default of being nice is not it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you get out of these situations while not being rude, but also how do you, I don't know.
I know.
Mourn them, because this is these people are going to invest so much time and energy and money, and they're going to, you know, sadly probably
lose it
all.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Bad. I don't know.
All I could think of was that new Becoming a God in Central Florida show.
Oh, with Kirsten Dunst.
And, like, I was thinking of that, and, like, I did have a moment where I was like, she's going to talk to me about multi-level marketing. Like, 100%.
Yeah.
And I almost said something and was like...
snarky or something.
No, I was just going to be, like,
straightforward.
Frank. Yeah, I was just going to be like, look... if you're looking to recruit someone, like, I'm not your person.
Yeah.
But I appreciate
you thinking
that I would be a lovely person to work with or work under you or make you money. But, you know, like, it's just not going to happen. Oof. But I just, like, also internally, I'm, like, so mad.
Yeah.
And, like, annoyed. And, also, I just am like, oh, what's wrong with this person? Like, why are they doing this, you know?
Well, because, I mean, most people they're sold this thinking that they're going to make money. And I mean, people are impressionable, and it's unfortunate. So wish there was a way we could rescue these people, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really shitty.
Yeah.
It's awkward as fuck.
Yeah. I felt kind of bad, but whatever.
I would probably be like, let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sell your fucking shitty ass makeup.
Or wraps.
No, I would never. I would never, ever be that rude to somebody in my life. But even if they were trying to rope me into it in my life. Oh, it's rough. Okay, well, nothing fucked up for me. I just, I'm just an idiot. And I mentioned we had done some good note taking, some good research, and I somehow did not do what I was supposed to do and didn't make the Google Doc that was shareable. So I have a whole different set of notes than you had worked so hard
Great.
in.
You know what? It's twice the jokes.
It's twice, yeah.
I don't know if people know this. We don't write out our jokes, but in the research, we've talked about this, I think. We, like, have little things where we'll, like, pitch something to each other or, like, whatever. But, yeah, I just, I did separate notes, too. And so we're just going to follow along and listen. Yeah. We're going to have a lot of tangents, I think, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's going to be great. But we're talking about the same thing here for sure. Mm-hmm. That would be a colossal fuck up if I'd done the research on something totally different.
Today we're talking about Terry Hatcher. Like, what? It's Tarrare.
Tarrare. This is a French guy, if you couldn't tell from our beautiful French accents. He lived a long time ago, so, you know, this isn't like some recent thing. He was born in France, in Lyon, around 1772, is what I have in my notes. I don't know.
Great, same. Check.
Okay, cool. And I don't know how you feel about this topic, but it seems all of this is true. Mm-hmm. A lot of the research is based on medical notes and journals that were done about this person. Mm-hmm. So, like, doctors had found this dude, and they were like, we need to do experiments on him because this is so fucking weird. Yeah. So, this guy's born in 1772. So, I don't know how you feel.
Oh, I think there are things that are embellished.
Probably. The passage of time always, you know, it does the snowball thing or the fucking weird lint thing where it just rolls and picks up, you know.
Right. Tumbleweeds
through piles of shit and you know, picks up. Yeah, so,
yeah. So, my thing is, right off the bat, We don't know his birth year. Mm-mm. We don't know if he had a last name or if he had, like, Madonna syndrome and he just, like, has the one name. We don't know, like, exactly where and when he was born. Like, there's just, like, things about him that...
Yeah, well, and that's all because of the fact that, from what I understand, he, as a kid, was kicked out of his home because he literally ate his family out of house and home.
Yeah.
Like, he had... So, this guy, Tarrare, had an insatiable appetite.
Yeah.
And it started out, like, kind of innocuous, like, growing boy, oh, whatever. But then it escalated very sharply, and he ended up being... kind of a insanely hungry person all the time. Like, he was eating so much meat that his family was like, hey, look, we cannot afford to feed you.
Yeah.
We're living in a rural part of France here. We're not, we can't have feasts to feed you every single fucking day.
We got to feed your brothers and sisters too.
Yeah.
And ourselves and, like...
Yeah. So Tarrare... from an early age, starts eating and eating and eating. He could, by the time he was like 16, 17, he could eat his body weight in beef, which is around 100 pounds in a 24-hour period.
It was like you that one time in Maui.
Oh my God.
Meat herd.
Meat herd.
Just kidding. Just kidding. You didn't eat your body weight in beef. You rolled it.
I just somersaulted into it. That's why I was a meathead.
Yeah, this guy was, like, on the Gaston diet.
Yeah.
Whatever, like, fucking eating 12 chickens and 12 dozen eggs, whatever. I don't know. It's, like, mental.
Yeah, he was Gastoning very, very early.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, his parents were like, you gotta go. We're sorry, but just please leave. Yeah. And so he, like, got kicked out of his house. So he, like, joins up with, like, a band of criminals, basically, and he starts roaming around the countryside. And he hooks up with this, like, snake oil salesman guy. And it's like they're kind of doing this, like, road show where Tarrare, this is where he gets his name. It comes from, like Tarrare, boom, something. Like, it's like so when he would eat, he would fucking fart, like, hard. Oh. So that's where it comes from. It's like a explosion.
Yeah.
Like an exclamation.
Boom, boom, Tarrare.
Boom, boom, Tarrare. Yeah. So that's where his name comes from. So nobody really knows what his name is. That's his stage name. And so...
Oh, okay.
So he has this stage
But
name.
he knew his fucking name. This is like where I'm like, what the hell? He couldn't tell someone his name? He was in... There was, like, chances where he would be registered in, like, the public sphere or whatever.
Sure, but... I don't know. This is in this, like...
Maybe by then, though, he had only adopted this name. He's like, this is who I am.
Yeah, he,
Take it or leave it.
He totally reinvented himself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how traumatic is that? That you have this thing about yourself that you can't control.
Yeah.
This insatiable hunger, and it has caused you to be abandoned by your family, basically. Yeah. And then he's hanging out with, like, God knows what kind of fucking...
Street urchins.
Yeah, fucking vagabonds roaming around who have probably killed people or whatever. He's just hanging around with the worst kind of people. So
yeah.
Who's to say?
But also, was he a kid at this point? Or was he, like, he was a teen?
Kid. He was a teenager.
Like 17.
Yeah, he's like...
That's like 30 back then.
Totally.
He should have got the fuck out. Dude, buy your own quarter of a cow if you want to eat that.
You're an adult now, you little 14-year-old.
Oh, Siri.
Calm down. What did you talking about?
No, Siri, stop. How do we do that? Wait, I'm going to unplug that.
Oh, man. So he's out in these streets performing with the snake oil salesman.
He's out in these streets to earn money for meats.
And the way he's... to earn his meat money. So the things that he's doing to, like, be this sideshow, basically, is he's just eating everything.
Well, he's like, that's how he's, like, drawing the audience for the guy that would swindle everyone.
Yeah.
He's, like, the opening act.
Yeah, and it's, like, actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
To have seen this shit. He would eat, like, baskets full of apples. Like, he would eat the apple whole. He wouldn't chew it. He would just, like...
like when I was had my surgery and I just went... without chewing.
Yeah, he was like a snake. Like his throat could open up way bigger than a normal human being's throat. So he was able to just pop fucking apples like they're vitamins or something. I don't know. And
That's so weird that he would just like come out into the town square and be like, who wants to watch me eat all these apples? And people are like, check out this guy.
Hey, y'all want to watch this guy eat some apples? Okay. Sounds fun.
There's literally nothing else going on here.
It's like, well, there's a hanging at noon. But this seems better. Let's watch this gross ass fucking dude eat apples. So not only did he eat a ton of like baskets of apples, he would eat like corks and stones and live animals. Like he would eat snakes. He loves snakes.
Oh, his favorite restaurant was Outback Snakehouse, bitch.
And
I want that bloomin' snake.
He'd just eat all the bloomin' snake. Gross. Yeah, so he was just like eating all this stuff for people, and he was like getting pretty good at being a performer, it seemed like.
Wait, did you say he was eating non-foods too? Like
like corks and rocks and shit. Yeah. And so he builds up his showmanship, and then he decides to move to Paris, where he knows he's going to draw the real crowds and the real money, and he starts to make pretty good money when he's living in Paris. And then he joins the French Revolutionary Army. Wait.
Before that.
Oh, okay.
So in Paris, to the surprise of no one.
Oh, yeah.
He experiences his first bowel obstruction.
Oh. I wonder what obstructed him.
I mean, it could have been the rocks, the corks, the baskets he was eating.
Let me see that boot.
Yeah. The people, yeah. Was he going around to people just being like, you know how a magician's like, does anyone have $1?
Yeah.
Does anyone have $1? He's like, does anyone have a rock?
Yeah.
Does anyone have a pocket knife? Does anyone have a handkerchief? I will eat your... Does anyone have a chapeau? That's a hat.
Chapeau.
I don't know any other words in... Le sweater. Does anyone have whatever? It's like fucking.
He's eating inanimate objects.
Yeah, he's like, what's not
non-food items.
Yeah, he's eating non-food items. So so it's like all of a sudden he has intestinal pain. He isn't making any BMs. He's like, I gotta get to the.
He like passed out during his performance.
Yeah,
and all the people were like, "Oh no, guy that eats everything." And they all these nice people carried him to the hospital.
And he was so heavy because he had just eaten fucking rocks.
This guy's heavier as a bag of rocks. Which is crazy because he only weighed like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And he just could eat all this stuff. So.
Oh my gosh. So he goes to the hospital and they give him like super powerful laxatives so he could shit out the bag of rocks that he ate.
Or snakes.
Or whatever the fuck, all the wine corks that he collected from the town drunks.
I'm just envisioning, like, the laxative working and, like, corks coming out of his butthole like a machine gun. I mean, you swallow a cork, you're gonna get plugged up.
It's like very reminiscent of, he's fucking popping bottles at the hospital trying to get these corks out of his asshole.
Oh my God.
He's like, wait, do it again. Wait, I'll point, go. Oh my God. What?
This guy, man.
The fuck?
I feel bad for him that he was just like, I don't know, but he really was so hungry that it didn't register to him that it wasn't food. He was just like anything to satiate the hunger, like to fill his stomach, really. He was not eating... He didn't have a refined palate, shall we say.
He didn't have a palate.
A palate, yeah.
My favorite part about this whole hospital trip was, like, the doctor cleared his, like, obstruction or whatever. He cleared it himself through his diarrhea. And then afterwards, he was like, you know, it took him a few days to recover because it was, like, pretty significant.
Yeah.
And he finally was, like, recovered, and he was like, doctor, do you want to see my act? Would you hand over your pocket watch and chain? And the doctor's like, no, get the fuck out.
He's like, yeah, you can have my pocket watch if you let me cut you open to get it back.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, sir, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll leave.
If you let me experiment on you.
Yeah. This story reminds me, his abdominal obstruction reminds me of the time my old dog, Hobie, had she ate a bunch of crab apples that were in our yard one time. And we didn't know it. We didn't know she had eaten them. She was just like going for it and ate like a bunch of them. And it made a blockage in her stomach. And we were like, we didn't know. We had no idea. She just started acting really lethargic, stopped eating, stopped drinking. We're like, oh my God, she's dying. What the fuck? Oh
my God.
So like my dad took her to the vet, like an emergency vet, like at midnight or something. And the vet's there and he's all tired and he like does a little like, he like feels around. He's like, oh yeah, she's got a mass in her stomach, but I think it's like a blockage. I don't think it's like cancer or anything like that. So I'm going to try to give her a laxative and see if that helps. He fucking gave her I think he gave her an enema and it just, the minute he like did it, it just shot. She shot all over this fucking vet, and my dad's just standing there like, oh, it's so late at night. I feel so... And the vet's like, it's fine. This is my job. This happens to me like every day. And my dad's like, that's why I'm not a vet. But it was just the way my dad told it was just so funny. It was like we thought our dog was dying, and it was so scary. But it was just because she was a dummy and ate a bunch of fucking crab apples, like Tarrare.
Crab apples?
She Tarrared herself.
She Tarrared herself from the crab apples and made crab apple sauce all over the all over the vet. I almost said dentist. That's a rough job too, looking in people's fart mouths.
Oh my God.
Anywho.
Anyway.
Woof. Speaking of vets, woof.
Okay, so yeah. Then he joins. So then he joins the Revolutionary French Army, the French Revolutionary Army. And then he's around 19. This is like maybe 1792, 1920.
Sure.
And they gave out rations to all the soldiers. And this was like not good. This is meager by anybody's standards. But for fucking Tarrare, this was like nothing. And he was like, bitch, no, I need more food. And so he would like bribe people in his like unit to give him, like he would do odd jobs so that they would for the people in his unit, so they would give him Nicole just makes the jack off.
And by odd I mean hand.
The hand job, the odd hand job. And he's just like, hey man, I'll shine your boots, I'll give you a HJ, whatever you want for your rations. And so he's running around begging for
I'll eat your pillow.
Food. I'll eat your pillow
as a trick.
And then that's still not enough. So he's like the very hungry caterpillar, but like not cute. Not cute. And he starts going through like the trash heaps and the gutters and eating literal garbage.
Oh my God.
Because he's so hungry. And it's still not enough food. So he starts like getting exhaustion. He starts passing out from exhaustion. So they have to take him to a military hospital because they're like, this guy's sick as hell and he's eating garbage.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's wrong with him.
Besides that he's eating
garbage. And when he's in the military hospital, because it's like his body needed the fuel. It was like he was actually starving. It wasn't like he was making himself sick from eating garbage. He was actually, his body was metabolizing everything he was eating so fast that he truly was starving. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
So at the hospital, the military hospital, they were like, what in the fuck is this? They've never seen anything like it. So of course they do experiments on him.
They found him rummaging around the apothecary eating fucking poultices.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to look up what that is.
It's like pastes.
It's like salve.
Yeah, that you like put on wounds and shit. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not food. It's like,
it's not food. I think we've established a pattern here.
Yeah. He would eat like all the stuff in the apothecary.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that he never actually got sick from this stuff.
Yeah, that we know of. I bet he had a lot of diarrhea. And I bet he did.
He had chronic diarrhea. We'll talk about all that.
Yeah, the big D.
The big D later. But yeah, so he's in this hospital and the doctors are just like totally fascinated by him. So they start getting him to just eat and eat and eat. They want to test his eating capacity. So they're like, hey, we're going to give you a meal intended for 15 people and we're going to sit down and watch you eat it. And he just ate it all in one sitting. And they were just like, holy shit. So then they're like, well, what about like live animals? Can you eat live animals? He's like, yeah, of course I can. I've been doing it for years. And they're like, bullshit. And he's like, yeah, I'll show you how I do it. So in the medical notes from this is fucking, I think this is 100% real.
Oh my God.
They were like giving him like lizards and eels and, you know, stuff like that. Snakes. And then they're like, how about a live cat? So he takes the cat.
Oh my God.
This is really fucked up, guys. Like, dude, if you love animals like I do, it's a real rough.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you how he did it. So he took the cat, he tore its abdomen open with his teeth, drank its blood, and then proceeded to eat the entire cat aside from its bones. And then he fucking vomited up a hairball.
A hairskin ball.
A hairskin, yeah, from the cat.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he had a fucking hairball from eating a live cat. And then these doctors, man, what the fuck? They're just like, here's a puppy.
Yeah.
It's just like,
dude, it's awful. So fucking gross. It feels like a frat hazing or something where they're like, let's see what else this guy'll eat.
And honestly, I think like he was desperate for food,
so he was like kind of into it.
He was kind of into it, but I think he like also developed like a taste for this kind of gross, like, the grossness of it, because in some of the notes about this, like that I some of the research I read, some of the articles I read, he was like, when he would go and dig through like the garbage, and he also really liked to go like behind the butcher shops in the alley and eat the offal. That it's like the leftover parts that are not edible for people.
The awful parts.
The awful parts.
Literally.
Like fucking buttholes and, you know, snouts and
faces.
Eyeballs and whatnot.
Feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would eat that stuff out of the garbage, and he got it, and it was like rotting sometimes.
Oh my God. Which, yeah, this is not to say you can't eat those parts. People eat those parts.
Oh yeah.
And you could like put them in stews or make stocks, but he was just like finding the like random beaks and eating it raw, and it like out of the garbage.
And it had been there for many days, so it was like rotting parts of animals.
But also he was like a showman in a way. So like when he was doing these weird things like eating the cat, maybe he like liked the attention in some ways, you know?
I think over time he kind of developed this like weird, I don't know.
Yeah.
It all seems very intense.
A hunger
for fame.
And felines.
Shave that cat first, will you? There's more than one way to skin a cat, and they sure didn't do it for him. They're like, no, we want to see you warf up a fucking hairball.
Warf. Oh, no, you'll skin that cat with your stomach acid, and if you don't, you'll just puke it back up.
Yeah, it's yucky.
Yeah.
So he was at this military hospital for several months, and they just kept doing all these weird experiments on him, but he, you know, gets back up into as good of health as he can, and the military was like, no, dude, we need you back in active duty, so please come back to the army. We need to put your ass to work. Mm-hmm. And they were like, we're going to use your weird fucking talent for delivering messages in enemy territory.
Yeah, fucking, they got strategic. Yeah. They were in war. They were like, we need to figure out a way to use this beast of a man who's like 100 pounds and very like floppy. And we're going to, like, get him to work to our advantage.
Yeah.
Great. Smart. It's chess, baby. This is strategy. We need to figure this shit out. We need to be smart.
And he was like, all right, yeah, cool, I will do it.
Yeah.
He was totally game for everything. And this general, Alexander de Beauharnais.
Beauharnais?
Beauharnais?
De Beauharnais.
He was like...
De Beauharnais.
De Beauharnais.
That's the boy.
Beauharnais.
The boy's horny.
He was like into it, and he was like, let's do this. And he was like, here, take this message. I'm going to put it in a wooden box. Yeah. You're going to swallow the wooden box. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to shit it out once you get to where you need to go in enemy territory.
Give it to this guy. Who's like a spy.
Like, dig through your poop
shit. Yeah.
And get the box and give it to this guy.
It was a great plan.
It was pretty good.
I mean, we know he can eat non-foods.
But it's a fucking wooden box. Like,
we know he can eat non-foods.
How does that come out?
Fucking...
How big was this box, do you think?
Not that big. Probably like a little pill box. Probably smaller than an apple. But also, I mean, fucking, if he's swallowing rocks, he could swallow a box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, rocks, box, socks.
Locks? That's food.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Delicious. So he gets this box this one time. Yeah. He'd done it a few times.
I think he did. He tested it a few times.
Tests, yeah.
And they were like, great, you can like swallow it and shit it out. This is going to work great. And then they're like, okay, here we go. This is like your mission. First try is a disaster.
And first of all, this isn't even a real mission.
Yeah.
This was like a dummy.
It's like a test dummy mission.
It was a dummy note.
The mission was real. The information they were passing was like, we can't do it real stuff the first time. We got to see if this works.
Yeah. We need to see if he's loyal, whatever.
They're like, here's your role. It's the role of a lifetime. You're a German peasant.
And he doesn't speak German. And he gets caught. Well, he draws attention to himself because he doesn't speak any German. Right. And then, like, over in enemy territory, they're like, okay, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a German peasant, and you don't speak any German.
Excuse me, who are you? And he's like, Pardonnez-moi. Sir, who are you? And he's like, German peasant.
Hi, I'm German. They're like, what? And so they arrest him. They throw him in jail, and they realize he is indeed a spy.
Also, the other side wasn't also French, so they had some other accent.
They were definitely not. Yeah.
I think it was the Persian side. Prussian?
Prussian.
Fucking, I don't know. It was the other side that wasn't the French side, right?
Yeah. The Prussians arrest him.
Yeah.
They throw him in jail.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're definitely a spy. Give us the information. Like, what are you doing? They like torture him.
Yeah. At first he didn't give it up.
And he was good. He was totally good under pressure.
For like 24 hours. And then I want to say shat the box.
He shat the box.
He shat the bed, but the bed was a box. But also, he probably would have eaten a mattress had you given him one.
He would have shot the mattress. Would have shot the bed. He would have shot it all. But he had to poop after.
Yeah.
You know, he had swallowed this box like a day later.
Dude.
But he shits it out.
Well, because he tells them he's like, I ate this box. There's a message in it. I have to get it to someone. And they're like, so what's the plan? He's like, to shit it out. And they're like, great. So they like tie him up to a toilet and they just wait him out.
Yeah. And he eventually poops.
Yeah.
But he fucking eats his shit and the box again. And they're like, oh, fuck.
Fucking this like noob on duty comes over and he's like, hey, my boss told me you should have shit the box out by now. And Tarrare is like, nope. Meanwhile, he has like a shit stash.
He's got a shit-eating grin. Maybe that's where this comes from. He's so like...
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. What shit? What box?
What box are you talking about?
And no, I'm not hungry. I've eaten already. Thanks. And they're like, your breath stinks, dude.
Your breath smells like shit. He's like, it does, doesn't it? Oh my God. Well, Yeah, they released him. They were just like, yeah, we're not fucking with this guy. Actually, they did do a mock execution because they were like, I don't know, he got caught.
Yeah.
And he was in the prison, and they were like, oh, well, they figured out what the message was, and it wasn't anything important. Yeah. So they're like, oh, let's just pretend.
Just fucking pretend kill him.
Yeah. Set an example, but not really. I don't know.
I don't really understand all that.
But it scared the shit out of him, literally.
Mm-hmm. And then he ate it.
And then he ate it. And he was like, I don't want this life anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's so fucked up. So he agrees to do some like experiments to get him cured of this this disorder basically that he has. And some doctors are like, yeah.
He goes back to the military doctor.
Goes back to the doctor, and they're like trying all this different stuff, like opium.
Oh yeah, they tried like tincture of opium, sour wine, tobacco pills, copious amounts of soft-boiled eggs.
Why?
Because I would lose my appetite if you're like, you have to eat these 24 soft-boiled eggs. I would get through maybe 3.
It's like that movie Cool Hand Luke. There's a scene where the Cool Hand, like the guy.
Is that Paul Newman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's like, my boy Luke could eat 50 eggs, and he does.
Ew.
And it's gross.
Oh my god.
Anyway, it doesn't work. None of it works.
No.
He still would sneak out of the hospital, like rummaging through the garbage, trying to find food in alleyways. Food, I say food in quotes.
Right.
But just,
something to eat.
Yeah.
Not food. Not necessarily food.
Yeah.
A fucking loose cobblestone.
I mean,
a wagon wheel.
This is really, who knows if this is real, but he would like go down into the morgue and try to eat the corpses.
Yeah. Yeah.
He turned into a monster, essentially.
Yeah. He was just like literally looking for anything to put in his mouth. And they had to they found him down there like several times, and they kept having to be like, no.
It was like a dog going through the garbage at night.
Like the period garbage?
Yeah.
Like how my dog got into my period garbage when I was a teenager, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
And then my mom would be like, you have to clean that up. And I'm like, I didn't get into it.
She's like, well, the dog's not going to clean it up.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would clean it up. I wouldn't say anything. But it's like, ew, why do I have to do this? Just, Iggy, stop getting into the fucking tampons. You know?
Fucking Iggy. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
What a dog. He was so cute.
I think he ate shit, too. I think he ate
all dogs.
He ate Kitty Rokas 1,000%.
But like sometimes dogs eat their own shit, and it's just so.
I like to think he didn't, but we don't know.
We don't know. Well, that's like where Tarrare eventually got to. He was just like got to this level of just like real gross, real. I don't know why.
He was probably just, like, so hungry because, like, of whatever was going on in his body.
Yeah.
He, like, needed to, like, satiate that. And he just couldn't.
And, I mean, I guess during this time in France, there just wasn't a lot of food to go around, like, a lot of real food to go around.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I don't know. It was a tough time. But so he's in the hospital. He keeps sneaking into the morgue. He maybe drank some patient's blood. Who knows? And then, now this is the most fucked up thing, and this is where the memes have been coming from.
Oh.
He may or may not have eaten a baby. Like
a human baby.
A human baby.
Also not food.
Like a 14-month-old toddler went missing.
Oh my God.
And nobody knew what happened, and everybody was like, it's Tarrare. Like, he fucking ate that baby.
Oh.
And he had to leave.
Yeah.
It was like a chasing him with pitchforks and torches.
Oh my God.
Thing. Well, I
mean, couldn't prove it.
They couldn't prove it, but like nobody could disprove it either. So
but he couldn't eat bones. Like, well, maybe he could eat toddler bones.
Oh God. I don't want to think about it.
I don't know.
Jack's almost 14 months old.
Oh my God.
It's fucked up.
Oh my God.
It's real fucked up. Yeah, so he got chased off, and then he
maybe that's where the saying like baby, like, you know how it's like people go like, oh, this baby's just so cute, I could gobble him up.
Yeah, like Tarrare. I'm gonna Tarrare you, little baby.
Oh my God.
But who knows, man? He got chased off. The doctors who were working with him couldn't like, they couldn't defend him because they're like, yeah, maybe he did eat that baby. I don't know.
He eats some weird shit, literally.
Yeah. He's out back eating some fucking, like, bloody gauze right now. Oh. So he's gone. He reappears, like, many years later, like 4 or 5 years later, I think.
Yeah. No one knows where he was. He was just, like, living on the street, eating whatever.
Yeah. And he's really sick.
Yeah.
And he got checked into the doctor, and he was diagnosed. Now, this is crazy to me.
Yeah.
You would have thought that he would have, like, poisoned himself on accident, or because he was eating so much, or had another, like, blockage at some point and died from that.
Right. Because he's like...
Yeah, because he's...
doing shitty, weird, fucked up stuff.
Yeah, but no, this is the most, I don't know, this is the most, I guess, ironic thing of all, is that he actually had tuberculosis. How
is that transmitted? Through, like, spit? He probably got that from something he ate.
Yeah, no. I mean, ultimately he got it from, probably from, like, a dead body. Who knows?
Ew. Or, like, a fucking head wrap or a gauze pat. Or, like, a handkerchief he ate that someone had been coughing into. Bloody mucus. Yeah. Like...
Or, I mean, I don't know. It seems like you can get a lot of bad diseases from eating rancid buttholes left behind from the fucking butcher shop. I don't know. Who knows?
Like what, gout?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So he was in the hospital again, and he had tuberculosis. He came in to the doctors being like, "Hey, I think I have another blockage from swallowing a gold fork."
Yeah, he's like, "Listen, I'm sick. I don't feel good. I know what it is, though." And they're like, "What is it?" And he's like, "It's a golden fork." And he also, like, while he was in that hospital, had sent for Dr. Percy again, who was, like, the military doctor. And he showed up, and he's like, "Doc, it's the golden fork." And he's like, "What the fork are you talking about?"
Yeah, Dr. Percy's like, "Bitch, nah, I'm pretty sure you have tuberculosis.
TB, brother.
I'm sorry, my dude. It is not a golden fork."
He's like, "You know how you haven't not had diarrhea for the past umpteenth years?
Yeah.
You know how you're, like, coughing up bloody diarrhea?"
It's reverse course. Well, he died at the age of what doctors believe to be 26 years old from tuberculosis. So, man, what a life.
Dude. Well, and, like, also when he died, it was like they had to do a really quick autopsy because his body, like, was rotting really quickly, which is very weird. But maybe it was, like, part of whatever it was that was, like, affecting him.
Yeah, like, so I think a lot of doctors were like, "Hell no, I'm not going to cut this guy open. He's gross."
Yeah, I know what we're going to find in there. And it's not a golden fork.
No. They did not find a golden fork, by the way.
Yeah.
They found a lot of pus.
Dude, ulcers. They said when he was dead and they, like, opened his jaw, his, like, esophagus was so wide they could see from his open mouth down into, like, the top of his stomach.
Jesus.
Like, it was just probably it was already big, but he stretched it out by eating, like, all this weird big stuff.
I mean, when you can swallow an apple whole, that will really do it. So.
This man would have been, like, a Nathan's champion.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine if this guy would have entered competitive eating?
He would have just destroyed everybody.
He would have eaten Joey Chestnut.
He's like a boa constrictor. He, like, can unhinge his jaw and just, like, swallow things whole.
And doesn't, like, gag. I mean, he gagged. I don't know. I wasn't there, thank God. But...
You could train the gag reflex.
Yeah. True. We learned that.
But, yeah. So, nobody knew what the fuck all this was about.
Yeah.
Like, nobody understood what kind of, disease or... what he had. Nobody could figure it out. I mean, it was like the 18th century or 19th century trying to figure out something like this was really rare.
Yeah.
And so extreme. It was just and even still nobody has had a case like this before. So what this ended up being after modern medicine came around and studied these medical journals and whatnot and notes, people believe that he had, what's it called? Polyphagia.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is also called hyperphagia. And that's just a medical term for excessive or extreme hunger. It's different than having an increased appetite after exercise or other physical activity. Your hunger level doesn't return to normal after eating. It just doesn't go away if you eat more food. I don't know. I've been, that the feeling of when you're so hungry and you just kind of like black out and eat, and you're just so hungry and you don't care. You're just like, I don't care what I eat. I'm so hungry. I just get hangry. I don't know. But I feel like it was like so extreme for him that it was nothing else mattered in the world.
But like, if he did have that, he also had where you like are full, but your body's not signaling you're full.
Right.
Which I've more been there.
So he had what people believe to be 3 different things.
Yeah.
That all combined to make this like fucking crazy monster.
Yeah.
So he had polyphagia. It's thought he had polyphagia. Hyperthyroidism, which if you have hyperthyroidism, you have really fast metabolism and extreme hunger also. And then he also may have had issues with his hypothalamus, which is a part of the brain that deals with hormones throughout the body. And if this was wonky, it could have also caused him to be endlessly hungry. And then some other people believe that he had a damaged amygdala, which also could have caused some of this behavior. So all those things combined explain some of it, but it's just such an anomaly and such a fucking extreme case of everything that anybody's ever seen. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, so it's pretty wild. And if you're wondering like what he looked like, smelled like, it was bad. Just real quick. According to the medical notes and other documents of people who observed this dude, he was a little guy in stature, like he was short, and then he also didn't weigh, like I'd said, he didn't weigh more than 100 pounds prior to eating, at least.
Right.
He would eat, and like his stomach would distend, like he was, 9 months pregnant or something.
And when there was no food in there, it was like long.
It like deflated.
Yeah.
And then his hair was really fair and soft. And then he had non-existent lips. Like he had no lips. And then his cheeks, when they weren't like full of food, he could hold a dozen eggs in his mouth at one time because his cheeks were so big. When he didn't have food in his mouth, they were wrinkled and hung slack to create premature jowls. And then he also smelled really, really bad. Like, and this is like fucking France in the 18th century.
So because everyone smelled bad, so he smelled bad.
And he was in the fucking army, dude. They're all in their goddamn mud and shit, and they haven't taken showers in forever.
Oh my
God. This is real bad. So you could smell him from 20 feet away.
Oh, no.
And there's like all kinds of accounts of this. This is real. And he smelled even worse after he ate. And according to the London Medical and Physical Journal in 1819, Tarrare was constantly covered in sweat, and from his body a vapor arose, sensible to the sight and more so to the smell. So he literally, you could see like
what?
Like, I don't know how that.
You could see it, or it burned your eyes.
It's like a vapor came off.
Oh
of
my
him.
God.
And it goes without saying, this dude had the rankest farts.
Oh my
and
God.
burped all the fucking time. And he had chronic diarrhea, which was said to be fetid beyond all conception.
Oh my God. Yeah, like what does a poop made of rocks smell like?
Like, I feel like it'd be minerally and probably not that bad.
Probably not that bad.
But,
like, yeah.
But a fart made up of, and a diarrhea made up of like fucking rotting pig buttholes is gonna be
rank.
Gnarly. I don't know.
Wait. Oh my God. Okay, but also, there are, you know how like we talked about how his throat hole was like really wide? there are things in place in your throat that are like traps, like sink traps and stuff.
Yeah,
that keep the stink.
Sphincters. Yeah.
Yeah, sphincters. Because your stomach acids smell, and all that stuff smells, and you can't have it, like, working its way up. So if that was all, like, open...
Yeah.
There's just fucking... This is gross. You know how my mouth is still numb?
Yeah.
Talking just now, something moved, and I ate some tofu that I had from earlier.
Just saving snacks for later. Tarrare would be so jealous.
Oh my God, he'd be like, oh, snacks. I'll be like, don't, it's not a rock or snake, all right? Calm down.
Oh my God.
It's not a fucking wine cork.
Dude, I don't know. I'm only giving you the description of him because it's so unusual and so intense for the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he dealt with life, just it's kind of sad, man.
Well, also you think, oh, this man was probably a very big man and the like a Gaston type dude, just 6 feet tall and white as a house or whatever, but he was a little skinny guy, so it was
it's pretty astonishing. And the fact that he just made it through a very short life. But he ate a baby, so I don't know.
Oh,
I can't really...
Oh, sorry.
Be too. Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really... I don't believe, some of it. Or, I just think some of it is embellished. I don't know that he was eating dead people. But I believe that he was eating, old meat out of, garbage and stuff.
I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah. One is, almost food, and one is dead humans.
I know, but
I don't know.
That's the thing, man. It's if you're desperate. I mean, I don't know. I would never, but that if it's an all-consuming thing.
You say you would never, but what if you were on a soccer team and you were stranded from a plane crash in the Andes?
We need to do an episode on that.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. Yeah, it's wild. He sounds gross.
He was very gross.
Listen, he ate his own shit. Now, you can argue he had a condition. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could argue he was very patriotic. He was, trying to cover up his, spy shit. But there's a math equation here, and there's, a lot of things that aren't adding up to, he was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This guy, woof. I think he had just a very unfortunate combination of genetic things happening that caused all these different conditions, and it just made a perfect storm and literally turned him into a monster. And it's he became kind of a caricature of a terrifying... I don't know. I was reading an IO9 article that called him the last part of the article says, let's see, one biological accident could turn you into essentially a Wendigo.
A Wendigo?
It's a Native American monster, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, this guy, man,
Ooh.
It's rough. It's real rough. This is a real tough one to research.
It's nature versus nurture.
I mean...
Too, because it's was he just insatiable, or was he also a fucking weirdo?
All of the above. I think all of the above. I think all the things happened in his life. He was hanging out with criminals.
The wrong crowd.
Which probably broke down a lot of that social norm stuff that made it where he didn't have any hang-ups about eating live animals or babies for that matter. So the sacredness of certain things didn't register to him after a while, and when he's gotta eat.
All right, well, that's it, I guess.
Woof, what a time.
Yeah. Follow us on social medias.
At DTFU Podcast everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, and check out our website, dtfupodcast.com. Send us a little note. I don't know.
Oh my God.
And you know what? Be excellent to yourselves
and each other.
Bye-bye.